So you clicked on this video for a reason. You want to know how to stop procrastinating. Well, we came to the right place. My name is Jocko Kanchefu, and here we talk about personal development. Really, in fact, we talk about what happens after therapy, what happens after treatment, what happens after counselling. That's the type of discussion we have, but it all falls in line with developing who you are. So, if you're new here, press subscribe, and if not, welcome back. Let us begin. So what is procrastination? It's a mix of things. It is an avoidant type of behavior, maybe on purpose or maybe not realizing you're avoiding doing a certain task. That might look like doing something else. That might look like spending time on a certain area. That might look like spending time on a certain thing that isn't even relevant to you. Procrastination comes in different forms. And because it comes in different forms, it plays out in different ways. It can also be perfecting it. Making something so intricate, so acute, so like for what you thought in your mind that it distracts you from what the bigger picture is. That one brush stroke, that one idea, that one ruminating thought is distracting you from taking the action, from looking back, from taking the next step. Procrastination comes up in different forms, so it shows up in different ways. And with that tiny glimpse, do you see ways procrastination comes into your life? So I'm just thinking to myself, why do we procrastinate? Where does that come from? And what comes to mind is how we're trying to emotionally understand the situation, or prep ourselves, or make ourselves feel good, maybe for not doing the thing we're meant to be doing. And do you agree? Because if you're not doing something you're meant to be doing, if you're avoiding it, if you're trying to make it too perfect, so on and so forth, that means there's an emotional attachment to the outcome. There's an emotional attachment to how well you're doing it. And there's emotional attachment to, is this the right thing at all? Can I even do this? All in the idea of what you can do, your capability, your ability. And that all includes fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of doing wrong, which falls in line with what is the objective and what are you actually meant to be doing. Is there a lack of clarity, a lack of understanding? Is there a lack of being able to uplift yourself that, okay, you've done this well, let's move on? So as we're having this discussion, let's think of ways we can work with it. It's common and it happens. I go through it, you go through it, and I'm sure you know others who do. So what can we do to work with it? The first thing to do is to notice it. And that means being aware of yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, and what actions you're doing. So you set out today, I'm going to do this, this, and this. One of those tasks you're dreading, one of those tasks you're really looking forward to. One of those tasks, you can just do it doesn't take too long. And of course, with the other tasks, you have different emotions and ideas of what, okay, you can do and what you can't do. The tasks you're most likely to avoid are the ones you don't like, don't want to do, take up too much time, seem pointless, and a waste of your time. Fair enough. What other time would procrastination come up? Is it when you're not looking forward to something? Is it when you're in a certain environment? Is it when you've got a certain task, as we just said? Or is it when you have to prepare to do tasks? Notice them. Once we've noticed them, we can know, okay, they're in these certain times, they're with these certain tasks. Perfect. And then we need to discuss, okay, what do we do next? But before that, make sure you press subscribe. You know what? I'm not going to go on to that point next. I'm going to talk about the cost of it. The cost of procrastination. It creates stress, it creates barriers, it creates fatigue, it creates anger because you know you're meant to be doing something, you know you're meant to be doing something else. You know the way you're doing things is fine. But there's a part of you that still wants it to look a certain way, that wishes it was in this certain position. But that isn't doing anything for you. And tell yourself that. Realize that. Actually take that in. And that means you have to take a step back. That means you need to stop completely. And that means you need to begin something else. Begin to allow yourself to be okay with a mistake. Allow yourself to be okay with not everything being 100%. And that comes from a place of, what do you tell yourself? These are questions I'm asking for you to think about yourself. To think about why you clicked on this video and think about how you can use you to your advantage. Because we're basically reframing your beliefs. We're looking for increasing your identity rather than scrutinizing it into a box. We're looking for what else is a part of you or a part of you. You see, procrastination isn't an encompassing feeling, a thought, an idea. It's a result of thought, feeling, action. And with that sort of outlook, how do you see procrastination now? So let's get on to some physical action steps to help you out. One thing I like to tell my clients is breaking things up. When you've got such a large task, a to-do list, a schedule full of things, yes, you've got an overarching goal. I want to do this, 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 and this. those tasks can be broken up. Okay, for me to do task number 1, push this rest to the side. To do task number 1, what do I need to do? Okay, I need to open my laptop. I need to do this. And these are very basic things, but they're all fall in line with doing a task, making one task at a time. And you don't have to think about it. You can ask ChatGPT, you can ask your friends, you can ask your mentor or your coach for, okay, what steps should I do for this task? And you focus purely on doing that. And once it's done, it is done. Push that to the side, look at task number 2 for the day. Soon enough, you'll have gone through the major goals or to-do list of that day, the major things you need to do for that project, for that assignment, for that your job, your work, whatever it may be, because you've broken it down, you've made it easier to consume, easier to manage. That all falls in line with, you're actually moving forward. You're not procrastinating on what I'm doing, how I'm doing, how's it looking, but no, you're doing this small aspect that contributes to this large outcome. I love procrastination, because it brings up this type of conversation. It gives you an opportunity to evaluate yourself, that maybe what I'm doing isn't right. I am maybe spending too long on a certain task. I am maybe neglecting other things. And that is okay, because you learn, you can adapt, and you can find out ways to better your work, to better your outcomes, to better the things you do in that day. It really falls in line with creating that momentum. That's okay, we're sitting down, we're doing a thing, everything's set up, we've done task 1, need to go on to task 2, task 3. We create momentum to move forward. We create momentum to even begin. We create momentum to not fall in the trap of sitting there and doing nothing. It might sound like you need a coach, and that's why I come in. It might sound like you need a friend or support system that can support you to say, come on, have you done this? Have you managed to do your things today? And then to really further that progression and that feeling of moving forward, it's reward yourself. Give yourself that treat. Give yourself a walk in the park. Give yourself a moment of silence. Whatever you deem a reward doesn't have to be bored. It doesn't have to be external. It can be internal feelings and thoughts of gratitude, of greatness, of, oh, wow, my life is moving forward. I genuinely feel it. That's all you may need to continue on to the next day. Because there's times that it may not be as easy to write out the smaller steps. It might not be easy to even begin. But that's when I ask you to remember those feelings of what it felt like, of what is the outcome of doing these things. Not the feeling of procrastination taking over, but the discipline and understanding that doing these tasks is a fundamental process of who you are. Not everything else that you say, but this, sitting there, standing there, painting, writing, drawing, speaking, whatever it may be. That's the truth. And that's what we're focused on. And if you'd like to talk more about this, feel free to click the link below to fill out a self-referral form where one of my team will get to you to book in a coaching session with myself to see how best we can help you. My name is Kanchefu. I hope you have a good day, morning, night or evening. Share this video with a friend or family member you know procrastinates a lot, and I'm sure it will help them out. My name is Kanchefu once more, and I'll see you next week for our next discussion.